Hello, my name's Kate, and this is the first of a series of training sessions looking at building different types of landing pages. And today we're going to start off with a really simple landing page, which just consists of a few key elements. We've got a logo, we've got an image of the product that we're promoting or the thing that we're showing. We've got a title, a little bit of blurb, and we've got a sign up box. The purpose of this page is, well, it's twofold. First of all, the purpose for us is to get us used to working with a drag and drop builder and understanding how the different elements work together. But at the end of it, that you'll actually have a page that you could use to get people to start signing up to your email list or to learn more about you. So this is, as I said, this is a really simple page, and then tomorrow that we'll go on at looking at some different features, and that will build up to more complicated, more interesting types of pages. So let's get started. I'm doing this in Builderall. If you're using another builder, the principles will stay the same, and that you can follow along. But if you want to follow along exactly, then if you use the Builderall builder, that you'll see there's a link above for you to sign up. We're using the drag and drop Pixel Perfect builder. Now you'll notice when you get to the Builderall dashboard and when you go to the builders section on the left hand side, you'll notice that we have several different types of builders on Builderall. We have a responsive builder, we have a drag and drop builder. There's the mobile first builder, which means that you create a design for mobile first and then develop your mobile site then for desktop view afterwards. And there's a responsive blog builder, and there's also an app creator if you're feeling that you want to create an app for your store. We can do so here as well, and if that's something that you're interested in, we can look at doing that later on as well. We're using the Pixel Perfect builder to start because this is by far, I think, the most simple builder to actually get a feel for how things work and how things connect on a page. And also you can do some really clever and creative things with the Pixel Perfect builder. You can have sort of like animated effects and different features which will actually really make the page stand out. The Pixel Perfect builder is, by Pixel Perfect, it means that it looks the same on when you design it, it will look the same when you look at it then on the desktop, and that you have to tweak it for mobile. It's not responsive. The drag and drop responsive builder is responsive, so the page design will flow into a smaller device size, so that it'll go from desktop to mobile without having to do anything. But you lose the control over how it's going to look. It takes a little bit more of thought and preparation. So seeing that we're starting out, we're going to start out with the drag and drop, which I like anyway, and we'll then look at the other builders later if that's something that you'd like to do. So if we click on drag and drop Pixel Perfect and then new website, I'm on a slow internet connection, so you have to bear with me. Okay, and you'll see that there are hundreds of different templates. So if you wanted a really quick way to do it, you just grab a ready-made template and change the images over and boom, it's done. But I much prefer working with a blank page and actually coming up with my own idea. I think one of the problems with templates, or one of the good things about templates, is it's quick. One of the bad things about a template is that you're sort of using someone else's design to promote or to sell your product or give your message, and that sometimes that doesn't work quite as well as it could do. And when you see how easy it is to create a landing page from scratch, I think that you'll agree this is a good option. So I clicked on blank page, and now I'm going to click on edit. I'm picking blank layout, clean. The only difference is the others have got slightly different colours for a header. So let's click on this to start. And while it's chugging away, When the page opens, that you'll see that it's formed of basically three sections. We have at the top we'll have the header. In the middle we have the main body, and then at the bottom we have the footer. So if I was creating a full-blown website, which of course we could do, but we're just going to make a quick landing page for now, I would have the header at the top. This is where I'd have my banner. This is what I would want to appear on every page on my site. This would be the main body of the page, and then at the bottom I would have FAQs, legal pages, etc. Because we're not going to use the header, we're creating a single page. We can actually just grab hold of this little dot here, and we can drag up the header so it's almost disappeared, because we just don't need it. Now, there's a number of ways that we can create different looks and feel for this page. We can put in images as backgrounds. We can put in textures for background. But because we're just getting a feel for how it all works now, I'm just going to put in a single color, and I'm going to change all of the background to a single color. So this on the left is our toolbar. And that you'll see here that we have a number of different options. So if we just go through these one by one, layouts here on Builderall, when we talk about layouts, it's sort of like a theme. So if we click on this, we'll see that we've got lots of different options here for this theme. And one of them, this little green icon here, is how we change the background. So if I go here, change the color, and I'm going to select a light grey. But before I do that, you'll also see that you can change the colour so it's different on different devices if you so wish. It might be that you have an image, for example, which looks great on desktop and mobile, but it's going to look absolutely rubbish on mobile. In that case, you can set it up so that you have an image on the desktop and on the tablet, and then on the mobile that you just have a plain colour background. So you can sort of set it up as you want, but we're just going to go with plain colour grey. I'm going to go grey. You can sort of pick a more interesting colour if you want, and that's turned everything now on this page. The background is now grey. We'll look at the text option in another training, because we can actually set up sort of font families and colours and things for our pages. But because we've only got a tiny bit of text on there, we won't worry about that now. This add button here, this is where we can add all the different elements. So we can have a pop-up box, and the pop-up box needn't be a sign up, one of those annoying pop-up boxes. You could actually have a box that if you wanted someone to click here to learn more, they could click here, and that the box could open up perhaps with different color options or a different view of that product. You could have a photo in it, so they click on the button and the pop-up pops up with a different photo, or even a photo gallery or a video. We can add text, we can add banners, which I'll talk about later. We can have boxes and lines, so if you wanted to add decorations and things. Buttons, the whole plethora of buttons. Images, image galleries, we can have audio and video. We've got social interaction. We've got two types of contact forms, which I'll talk about later. We've got animated counters. So if you looked on the crochet page that I did, and that we had an animated counter that said that, well, I don't know, 660 of these products had been sold. This is where you set those up. Also, if you wanted to have a limited time offer and you wanted it to end in 48 hours or buy in the next 30 minutes or something, that we have the counters here that will do that. There's a number of apps, and again, a little bit of translation. In Builderall terms, an app is sort of what we would call, if you're used to WordPress, it's what we would think of as being a widget. So we can add different features to our page on these apps. So this is where you would add your PayPal buy button. So if you want to put a buy button on it, so someone can buy on that page and they don't have to go off to your store, you can do that. We can add HTML if you need to, and there's other things that and if anyone's got a Shopify store, you can integrate with Shopify here as well. So we'll look at those in more detail later. And this is the overall settings for your site. We can set up a restricted area so that if you wanted something to be only seen by members, or you wanted a download to be on a download page that someone has already had to have signed up to get access to, that's where we can set that here. And these two sections at the bottom, this is if you wanted to have a like an offer on your page. So if you wanted someone that if they bought, for example, a colouring page, and then you then wanted to offer them an upsell. So okay, you're going to buy one colouring page for $2, but hey, how about buying 5 colouring pages for just $5? We can set that up using the offer manager. And the bottom one is a blog plugin, but we're not going to worry about that now. That's not something we're going to look at. That we're just going to look at this for landing pages for today. So that's a bit of a whiz through the different features we have. Other important things: save button, save often. Here is the preview. If you if you've added any animated effects, then this is the way to see them. That you, if you click on the preview, you can see how everything will look when your page is live. Undo, very important. So let's go ahead and get this page moving. So let's go back to the page that we're creating. So here we go. We got logo, image, text, box, text, and a sign up. So we'll go back here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add an image. So I just click on image, and there's different types of images, again different sort of effects. So there's let's just have a look down. That one, when you hover over it, you can have a little bit of text that comes up. That one pops out when you click on it, but I'm just going to go with a simple image. Now that sort of illustrated the fact that a lot of the elements and a lot of the features that we add to our pages, that we can add like lots of whizzy things like like these animations. And I just want to spend a minute talking about those because it's great, and it's great to be able to have text that flies in and images that spin and other things, but we've got to be really careful when we use them that we don't actually make the person who lands on the page go, "Way, this is just too crazy." We want to make sure that we use these animations to make something come alive, to make the reader's eye go to that particular element. So I might use an animated effect on the button because I want people to see this button. I probably wouldn't use an animated effect on a title perhaps, because that's not as important as the action that I want the person to take. So there's lots of animations, and I urge you to look at them and to explore them because they're really fun and they're a great way to really sort of like make a page pop. But then on the other hand, don't apply them to everything. So we've got our image, and to change it, this is a placeholder image. So every time you add a new image, this placeholder comes up. We can have our own image, or you can link to an HTML if you want an image that you've got somewhere else. I'm going to upload an image, so I've clicked on change image. We will wait for this, and I've already uploaded the image that we're going to use. If you want to upload, you just click on upload here. We have an option when we upload, the system automatically compresses our images to make them load as quickly as possible, so they're really optimized for fast loading. Fast load time is important. People don't want to sit on a page and then wait while like things load. So I usually just let it upload and I allow it to compress. However, if I was doing something where that like I needed a really, really, really high quality image, I could upload without compression. The only time I would do that would be for me if I was uploading a colouring page, for example, and I wanted people to be able to download the colouring page directly from that page, download the page from the web page, and I didn't want it to be compressed. I wanted them to get the full size page. Other than that, I would always just click on upload here. So I'm going to select the image that I want, which is this book, and confirm.